Elizeu dos Santos is on a 7-fight win streak and is facing unranked Li Jingliang. How many in a row will he have to fight? Have to win to get a top 5 or top 10 opponent?
You know, I think it's more about, I think the days of John Fitch having to win like 45 fights in a row to get a title shot are probably done. It's more about who you beat and how you beat him. He's got some solid wins. He's got Max Griffin already there, Lyman Good, Curtis Millender. So if that's not working, he just needs to beat a more prominent name. And 170 is a division that's, ripe for guys to always jump and leap forward real good with some prominent wins. So he just needs that kind of win. And who it will be, I couldn't say. Maybe if he gets another win, maybe it's Ponzinibbio. Maybe they do that. But I feel like Ponzinibbio's too close to the top, so they probably want to give him a bigger name. So maybe it's a Stephen Thompson, someone that's taking a step back. Maybe it's yeah. I don't think they do Leon Edwards either. So I don't know. He just needs a name to get a title shot. If he can get one or two real more prominent names, that probably gets him a title shot, I would think.
Yeah, I mean, welterweight is just so clogged up, man. But he's got to get a top 5 or top 10 guy. He has to. Like, where else do you go at this point? I mean, and also the way he's finishing these fights is nothing short of spectacular. So Curtis Millender, rear naked choke. Luigi Van der Beene, flying knee. Sean Strickland, a wheel kick. It's kind of like, I just think this is just going to bring more attention to him. Like, I say you put him up against, you can put him up against a Leon Edwards, a Wonder Boy. Some of the names that have made more noise higher ranked in the hierarchy. Now, of course, if I were any of those guys, I would be highly resistant to fighting Elizeu dos Santos because it doesn't do a lot for them. But the UFC could make those happen. The UFC can put someone who's top 5, top 10 in front of him. No problem.
I got a good one, and UFC loves doing this, where they like to make a name off of beating an established name that's probably more on the downside of their career, and this is how they pretty much built up Anthony Smith. What about Robbie Lawler? Because Robbie Lawler, based off of this last loss, and he lost to a very good fighter. He's lost to good fighters, but he seems to be in that area where he may be transitioning into like where Rashad Evans was 3 or 4 years ago, where Shogun has been in the last couple of years. Like, he's still good, but he's a name that has come back to the pack enough that the rising stars may have a chance to beat him. And if he don't, hey, he can still be good fighters. If the rising star beats him, you build a new name. So maybe Robbie Lawler would be an interesting one.
That's a good call. I like that one. Darren Till, another good name as well.
Is he going to 85 or not?
Not sure. Like, we did hear some rumblings about him fighting Kelvin Gastelum.
Right, yeah.
Dana White shot that one down. I asked him about that. He said that's not in the works. So if Darren Till stays at welterweight, Elizeu dos Santos seems like a good enough fight to put together. Now, whether he stays at welterweight might be another story. But Anthony Pettis versus Elizeu dos Santos at least has the makings of a very exciting fight. So there are options for him. But if he wins, you got to get him a top tier opponent. You have to. Like, I don't think you can throw too many of the guys who are, hanging around the top 20 at him before it just starts to get really cruel. What he's doing with a lot of these guys. So